When we're practicing meditation and mindfulness, there might be an ultimate goal in sight. You might want to become fully awakened, fully enlightened. But currently there's a lot of confusion out there about this topic. Some people don't even believe that it's possible, and others pretend it can happen instantly whilst they're filming it for YouTube. Well, I'm here today to say that spiritual enlightenment is possible. It's something that you can pursue, and it's something that you can train in. This is how the path to non-duality unfolds. So first things first, can you become enlightened? Yes, becoming enlightened, to spend your entire life in pristine harmony with what is, that is something you can actually accomplish. And it's not a mystery as to how to do this. It can be worked through very methodically. Step 1, discovering the path. Non-duality, oneness, dissolving the ego, it's all the same, but today we're going with the most traditional word, enlightenment. So the most common and convenient place to be introduced to enlightenment would be through one of the Eastern wisdom traditions, like Zen, Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana Buddhism, or Vedanta. However, these days there's also a lot of modern spiritual teachers. So you might read about enlightenment in an Eckhart Tolle book, or hear Esther Hicks talking about the vortex, or you might even watch one of the many online gurus out there. Another common way to discover enlightenment is through the use of psychedelics and the psychedelic community. And less common, but still it does happen, some people discover non-duality very spontaneously. Discovering the path advice. The path isn't always straightforward, so it's easy to get confused, but being clear about what you're doing and why you're doing it can really help. Make sure what you practice gets you where you want to go. Step 2. Understanding. The next step is to learn more about enlightenment. You can learn about enlightenment from one of the established traditional or religious systems, or you can move forward by yourself by researching and learning whatever catches your interest. Although you don't need to, you can read an endless amount of books on enlightenment. You can connect with teachers more or less formally, and with the amount of information that is out there on the internet about this these days, you can get pretty far without even leaving your home. Understanding advice. Don't worry about how confusing it can be in the beginning. The more you learn about meditation and enlightenment, the more context you'll have, and it will become much easier to grasp. Step 3. Laying the foundations of training. What we find is that we're so habituated into seeing the world dualistically. You have probably practiced being unenlightened for a very, very long time. Training for enlightenment is just like developing any other skill. You're going to have moments of success, but your natural default is going to be falling into the way things have usually been. The foundations of enlightenment is a calm and concentrated mind. This will enable glimpsing enlightenment. So it's a big part of the path, training and developing concentration and calming your mind. Laying the foundations of training, advice. Sometimes here people get really heavy on the meditation, but it's good to remember that meditation isn't the only way we can build calm and concentrated minds. Studying ethics and practicing compassion are just 2 examples that can help you get there too. Step 4, glimpsing the goal. The next important step is that once you understand more about what you're trying to do, you need to have some moments or even just a single moment of insight. We can think of the mind as becoming gradually more present, and this results in a variety of landscapes that resemble something like enlightenment. So until you've examined this territory a little more thoroughly, you may not feel confident in your recognition. This is characterized by haphazardly glimpsing non-duality, glimpsing the goal advice. It can take people years to have their first moments of insight into non-duality. People travel all around the world to have these insights, and it can be very elusive and it can be very frustrating. Some people practice meditation for years without any sort of insight, but getting more tense probably won't help you locate enlightenment, that which is the effortless nature of consciousness. Step 5, training. After some success with moments of insight, we might feel accomplished, but still question how enlightenment can become our new way of being. We're still not exactly sure how to glimpse enlightenment in any moment, how to take the goal as the practice, or to flick the switch as such. So the next step is to keep practicing and studying to figure this out until you're confident in how to glimpse enlightenment. Whatever method you're using, the next step is always to practice more. You want to transition from short moments, many times, to more moments that last longer. Training advice. Balance, study, and practice because the 2 fuel each other. Studying more can help you discover new ways of practicing, but studying without practice makes no sense. Step 6, transitioning to mastery. Eventually, we will know how to glimpse enlightenment regardless of any circumstances. We don't even have to sit down to meditate. When you embody enlightenment, things happen effortlessly. And so as you get really good, you start to notice that the practice has its own momentum. The awakened state starts to become a natural resting place. Transitioning to mastery advice. Don't stop practicing when it's going good. It's recommended that when you're having success, maybe during retreats, that you double down. Otherwise, you risk taking some time off and coming back to an idea of what the practice was. Fruition. Eventually, we no longer experience suffering because the continuity of enlightenment becomes real. Fruition advice. Some people are really worried that enlightenment will make their lives pointless. This is really just another ego concern. The world doesn't change because you become enlightened. It's just your experience that changes. With no ego to fulfill or get in the way, there are still many meaningful things to do. In fact, it should only be easier to see the suffering of others and respond compassionately. The path towards enlightenment is something you can start today. You can do everything I mentioned in this video today. You can research non-duality more, you can investigate traditions, you can investigate methods, you can practice meditation, you can cultivate more loving kindness and compassion into your life, and you can just start. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Remember to subscribe to help the channel grow. Have a wonderful day.